Hello fashion lovers, yeah, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial we will be making that beautiful bubu you saw in the previous video, and I'll be making use of 4 yards of Ankara print to make that. We'll start by folding our fabric into 4. Remember to cut out your desired length, then fold it into 4. I'll be starting our measurement from the folded end. Starting from the folded end, I will start by imputing my neck measurement, which I used 3.5 inches for the width of the neck. After that is done, I am going to come down by 1 inch for the depth of the back neckline. We're using only 1 inch. You can come down as much as 1.5 inches. After then, we're just going to make a curve, followed by slanting my measuring tape to measure 7.5 inches for the front neckline. Then I'm going to make a slanted line to make a V shape. Then I'll cut it out. I will be cutting after drafting so that you can follow me back to back. Due to the tailor's chalk that I'm using, I am not sure it is that visible. So whatever I draft, I'll cut it out so you can see what it looks like. After then, you can see the way I pull the back neckline inside. Now I'm going to cut out the front neckline. Then I'm going to open it up and pull back the back neckline, okay, or the back piece, then pin it together again. I'm going to come down here by 1 inch, which is going to be for the shoulder slope. Connect it to your neckline and cut it out again so you can see what I am doing clearly. That's for the shoulder slope. After that is been achieved, see the way I turned my fabric so that you can see what I am doing. I'm going to come down here now for the sleeve opening. Sleeve opening, I'll be using 12 inches, but because of the joining allowance at the shoulder slope, I'm going to add extra 1 inch. That's going to be total of 13 inches for the sleeve opening. Then I'm going to come to the bodies. I'll be using the largest body circumference, which is 40 divided by 4, 10 inches plus extra 4 inches for ease and side seam allowance. That's total of 14 inches. I'm just going to measure 14 inches all the way down. If you're familiar with Bubu tutorials on my channel, this is one of the easiest things that I believe by now you'll know how to do, how to cut out your body measurements. You can see the way I'm going to connect the body to the sleeve opening here, just a straight line to the sleeve opening. Then the armhole, we're going to cuff it. Next, I am going to measure 17 inches from up down. That is where our pocket is going to start from, 17 inches. From that 17 inches, I'll measure 7 inches down, and that's going to be for the pocket opening. You can decide whatever shape you want your pocket to look like. As you can see, it can be curved, it can be straight, but I like it to be a bit curved so that there could be more space, right? So it will be a bit deep. Now let's cut it out. Starting from the sleeve opening, I'm going to cut it cuff there, yes, then to the pocket. After cutting, I am going to take it to my sewing machine and join the shoulders together. Run a straight stitch on the shoulder slopes on both sides, and I'll show you how to complete the neckline after. After joining the shoulder slopes together, you're going to take the round measurement of your neck. take the round measurements, whatever you have there, you will use it to cut the band or the strip for the neckline. I have about 23.5 there. The width is going to be 1.5 inches for the band we'll be using for the front neckline, and half inch for the sewing allowance. That will be total of 2 inches on fold for the width, and the length is going to be extra 4 inches plus what we have earlier, which was 23.5. That will be 27.5 inches for the length by 2 inches on fold. By the time you open, you have 4 inches. You're going to place it on your neckline like this, leaving 1 inch. Don't worry, I will still show you very well in the next video. Just place it and leave 1 inch at least away from the center, from the V, so you'll be able to use it to turn it inside. As you can see, let me explain again. You're going to leave at least 1 inch away from that V, from that center V. You leave 1 inch, so you will not stitch all the way down. You will leave at least 1 inch, right? That 1 inch, you're going to now make it like you're making a notch, something like that. You open it a little bit, then you're going to just push in your band inside that 1 inch that you left, and you know that your band is longer than your normal neck measurement, right? That was why we said extra 4 inches, so you have 2 inches extra on both band, and you just push it in. See what I did there? You can go to your sewing machine now and run a straight stitch. It's very simple. Moving on, right here in front of me, you can see the velvet bias we'll be using to make that design you can see around the knee, which I'll be measuring 34 inches down. Place your measuring tape on your shoulder line and measure 34 inches down. After then, connect all your 34 inches together to mark a straight line. You're going to draw a straight line on your 34 inches, and that straight line is where you will be placing the first bias, velvet bias. You're going to, whatever you're doing on the front, you're doing it at the back. From that 34 inches, I will mark 3 inches downward. On that 3 inches line, that is where you will be placing the second velvet bias. So the gap between the first and the second bias is 3 inches. Yours can even be 4 inches. So let's say the first line is going to be 34 inches followed by 37 inches. Away from the side seam, I'm going to measure 1 inch inward so that you don't sew on your bias. 1 inch inward on all the sides. You're doing the same thing at the back as well. Mark 1 inch inward. From that 1 inch, that is where you're going to place your velvet and start stitching from. Then I am going to measure 20 inches as the length of the bias, the velvet bias that will be dropping by the side. I'm using 20 inches. See how I'm placing it. You're just going to sew straight. You take it to your sewing machine. That line you marked earlier on your 34 inches and 37 inches, you're going to place your bias on it like this and run a straight stitch all the way to the other side. Just as the way I'm laying it, that is how you're going to stitch it. Just one single stitch is okay to the other side, and I'm going to leave 20 inches downward as well on that side. After attaching your bias back and forth, you're going to turn your fabric into the wrong side and close the side seams. You start by closing or complete the sleeve opening first, which you're just going to fold it in like the way I'm showing you here. The length is fine, that is why I didn't add extra to it. Yours, you can add more if you want your sleeve to be longer than that. If not, you can just fold it in and run a straight stitch, then close it like so all the way down, which I'll be leaving about 15 inches here for the side slits. Slits will be starting from here about 15 inches on both sides. After joining the bias and the side seam, I'll come back and show you the end result. After joining all the pieces together, this is the final look of our bubble. From the sleeves, as you can see, I completed that. I also fixed the bias as well, velvet bias. This will be in different lengths. You can decide to leave it on equal like that or trim it to make it same length. I just want a straight stitch on the bias, a single stitch, that was all. You can choose if you want it long, short, or you want the length to be equal or unequal. I also left about 12 inches for the slit and hem the down part as well. And that will be the end of our today's tutorial. If you find this video helpful, kindly like, share, drop your comments if you have any, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.